We know user behavior has changed. We've gone from 2 to 4 keywords, and I'm not saying that keywords aren't important, but they're full phrases now. See how people are speaking in full sentences? So those of us from back in the day that remember before even Google, when it was Netscape and ICQ and Ask Jeeves, we know how to ask in full sentences. It is a challenge right now for Gen Z to be able to ask those questions in full sentences. They're used to searching in actual keyword search, and they're not used to asking those full questions or the questions in 4 or 5 different formats, which is what you need to do to make sure that AI is being as powerful as it can be for you. We also have a whole other search happening as people circle search. So you've got Gen Alpha coming in because you can now circle things on your mobile and just tap on it. And since 84% of us are using mobile whenever we want to look at information online, now we know that that's what people, that's the behavior they're doing. And so you want to show up visually too, and make sure that you're repurposing your written blog content into visual blog content. But that, as I said, mobile is so critical. If we are not mobile responsive, this is something that is a problem for us, which means we have to have our website, that's our blog post, our blog site, has to load in 1.2 seconds or less on a mobile device, because for every second after that, you will lose another 10% of your traffic. So if you think about that, if you've got a huge photo there because you are out, let's say traveling, and you took a photo and it's 600 DPI dots per inch, it's this great resolution, it looks beautiful on your desktop, but it takes more than 1.2 seconds. 1.2 seconds on a 4.5-inch screen. If it takes longer than that, that means you're losing 10% of your traffic. So you could be working your butt off posting on TikTok. You send them over to your website. It's taking more than 1.2 seconds because there's a big photo. So now it's taking 3 seconds for it to even load. It's just a blank screen, or you've got the loading circle. All of that's in there. Now they're going to go ahead and go down the road, especially for every second, 10% off, 10% leave. So if you think of that, you get 5 people to come over, but it takes you 3 seconds to load. Now you get 1 person to stay. That's it. And that's a lot. And I never encourage people to do any ads if their site cannot load in 1.2 seconds. It's a big waste of money to actually do that. You have to get fast. And there's a lot of blog themes in Divi and even in Squarespace that take a full 3 seconds to load. So I just want you to be cautious and make sure you know how fast or how slow your site is. And you can find that out here. You can also use a free tool called Google PageSpeed Insights, which I actually walk people through how to read that and what does all of that mean. But this is a quick and dirty way to do that utilizing this tool that's on my site, and you can utilize that QR code. Again, it's in the actual slide deck, so you can use that afterwards. And do that if you can't do that right now.